Hey there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. I'm your host, PattSun, and today we're gonna be taking a look at r/Am I the Asshole, where OP perfectly fits the delusional cheater stereotype. Let's begin. Am I the asshole for not wanting my ex to spend my child support on her other kids and taking her to court? Posted by Reddit user Recent Beginning.
I have a 4-year-old with my ex. We have 75-25 to now 50-50 to now me having full physical custody. She had twins with her fiancé the beginning of this year, but then they broke up. They're almost a year old now. I'm remarried as well. Ever since she had the twins, my daughter has become second, or I guess third to her mom. She comes to my house unbathed, dirty clothes, no bag with her. She claims she's stressed with twins and broke. I asked how is she broke when I pay her $1,200 a month in child support. She says one of her twins has medical issues and the other requires a certain formula and the money goes quickly with all their groceries. I told her that's not my concern and the money she gets is plenty to have our daughter 3 weeks out of the month. I told her to put her ex on child support and she says he left the country. I actually searched him up and he is traveling through Australia. I asked my ex for an extra week then and she agreed. Our custody is a court order, but I didn't feel the need to actually go to the court to modify it. A few months ago, after an argument when she missed pickup because supposedly it was too stressful to put her kids in the car, she threatened to get my payments increased since I got a new promotion. I knew she was saying it to get me mad and wasn't going to actually do it, but I was pissed and went ahead to file for full physical custody and got it. My child support was lowered to $600, which is ridiculous since she only gets her once a week now, which is now just one weekend. I'm asking if I'm an asshole because the pay cut is affecting her twins' life and she's now in debt with insurance and prescription price, and she's claiming I stole our daughter from her because she's poor. A lot of people we mutually know are saying I'm being a petty asshole. The money wasn't hurting me, but it was the principle. I'm starting to feel bad now though. Am I the asshole?
You are absolutely not the asshole, OP. You are just ensuring that your child is well taken care for. That is your responsibility. Your ex is responsible for her other children. You should just take the extra money that you used to pay for child support and invest it for your daughter's future, perhaps a college fund. Look man, your ex and her family are not your responsibility in the slightest. You did the right thing. And now for today's second story. Am I the asshole for dating a guy I told my ex not to worry about? Posted by Reddit user ThrowRA moved on to Q.
So 3 months ago I went out to a club as it was student night, which means 2 50-pound drinks. I went out with a big group of girls. While out I met a man. I don't remember exactly how or why we started talking, but he was talking to me and my friend, and while we were talking, he realized his friend had walked off, so me and my friend told him to stay with us and hang out. We ended up spending the rest of our time there with him, and though he was talking to my friend too, me and him really clicked well. We were both in relationships though and made it clear this wasn't some hookup thing, even showing each other pics of our partners. But as the night went on and we got drunker, I admit it sort of feel like our interactions did sort of border on flirty. Some examples are: 1. If we're walking through our crowded area, we would hold hands so we didn't get separated. 2. I danced with him a lot, again holding hands, no grinding or anything. 3. I did hug him a lot, and at one point he picked me up during a hug and I wrapped my legs around him and this caused my skirt to roll up, and he rolled it back down for me when he put me down. 4. I pretended to be his girlfriend to get rid of a girl who was pestering him by saying, "Could you not flirt with my boyfriend?" and kissing him on the cheek and then holding on to him. 5. At the end of the night when I had to leave, I hugged him goodbye, and we sort of accidentally kissed. By that I mean we both tried to kiss each other on the cheek at the same time and our lips touched. This was an accident and we both apologized and it was awkward. The week after, me and him ended up texting quite regularly, and we arranged to have both our friend groups meet. It was my idea, so we could hang out again, and we had good chemistry, so we thought our friends probably would too. Well, it went great, and now our friend groups are mixed and I have a bunch of new friends. 2 of his friends have ended up dating 2 of my friends, one of them even being boyfriend and girlfriend. Unfortunately though, my boyfriend was less than happy about him. He didn't like that we texted. He hated the story of how we met, which I got, as I can see how from the outside it looks sus, even though our intentions were innocent. I did introduce the two of them, and they seemed to get on well and were laughing around together. But then later that night my boyfriend started slagging him off for no reason, which caused me to argue because he was being fake.
That's stupid! You're stupid! Stop being stupid!
About 2 weeks ago, M broke up with his girlfriend. I'm not sure of the exact details. I think they just sort of fizzled out due to being at different stages in life. She wanted kids and he wasn't ready. When my boyfriend found out, he told me he didn't want me to text or be friends with him anymore as he was now single. I said I'm not going to cut him off when he's going through a hard time, and that the idea that I now all of a sudden can't be friends with someone just because they are single is ridiculous. My boyfriend wouldn't accept that and said if I carried on being friends with him, he would break up with me, so I broke up with him then and there as I was tired of him acting jealous and controlling. On Thursday, I got a text from my friend who is in a relationship with one of M's friends. She said her and my other friend, who's dating one of his friends, were going to London on Friday for a trip, and asked if me and M wanted to come. I texted him and he said his friend had asked him the same question, and we both agreed we'd go. When we got there things were different than I anticipated and it definitely felt like a triple date. We did mini golf and then went to a food and a cocktail bar, and at the end of the night we decided to stay in London as we didn't manage to fit in everything we wanted to do. We all got hotel rooms, and me and M got one too with 2 beds in the room. However, we ended up sharing a bed and making out a bit. The next day, we went out to Camden Food Market and then to Babylon Park, a giant arcade. We decided to stay another night, and this time me and M had to get a room with 1 bed as there was no double rooms. We went to a club and then back to the room. I ended up giving him head, but that was it. The next morning, I woke up to like 50 messages from my ex, calling me a liar and a cheat and saying he knew that I was away on a triple date. I told him I was single and could do what I want. He kept accusing me of cheating with him, saying it's weird after a 3-year relationship for me to move on in 2 weeks with a guy we had fought about and who I said wasn't a problem. I told him M wasn't the problem, he was the problem, and that if he hadn't been so jealous none of this would have happened. He kept accusing me of gaslighting him and just being dramatic, so I blocked him. I told M and the 2 couples we were with and they said he was just being pathetic and that everything was above board. But some of our other friends say I'm wrong for moving on so soon, and with M am I. And now, for OP's update. So yesterday me and M went for a late meal and had a talk. We agreed that we both really like each other and want to give it a shot, so we have decided to be exclusive while we see where this goes. He stayed round mine last night, and I did sleep with him. It was amazing. I am seriously happy and excited for the future. Afterwards we spontaneously booked a holiday to Cyprus, just the 2 of us, and we leave on Monday. He is half Greek Cypriot, half Jamaican, and has a villa out there, so we just needed flights. As for my 2 friends who thought I should have waited, I drafted a text, with help from a user in the messages, and sent it to them both in a group chat. It says, "Hi girls, I know you have been disappointed in my actions, and feel it was a bad look to move on so quickly. I know you care deeply about me, and just want what's best for me and for me to make good decisions for myself. I do feel like I want to clear up what happened a little in my thought process. What you need to understand is, in the moment of the ultimatum, I saw 2 paths ahead of me. One where I spend the rest of my 20s in Jay's bedroom, watching him smoke weed and play Xbox, begging him to go on a date, and only getting attention when he wants sex. Then I saw one where I stayed friends with him, and we all got to hang out as a big group, and go to events, go play golf, go on our holidays, etc. I knew then and there that the relationship was done. I didn't just choose M over J, I chose this life, where we all get to hang out together and actually live and have fun versus just me and J sitting in and doing nothing all the time. It wasn't just a choice between M and J, it was a choice of all of you, and the life we've built these last few months versus J is for how quickly I moved on. You both know I had been unhappy for a long time, and there was only so long that I could beg for him to change before giving up.
Oh my God!
To you, it might seem like I lost my feelings for him overnight, but truthfully, this has been building since the start of this year. I have begged, pleaded, cried for him to change, and unfortunately he never did. All he ever wanted to do was smoke weed, and that was it. By the time he threatened to end it, I had already mourned the relationship 100 times. He had already spent all my tears. He had already drained me emotionally, and I had no more emotions left to give him. Breaking up with him wasn't heartbreaking, it was liberating. That is why I did not feel the need to wait. I love you both so much, and I hope you can be happy for me, but if not, that is your decision. My friends replied and said they know that I was unhappy and that they thought I made the right decision and that they're happy for me. They said sorry for coming across as judgmental, that it wasn't their intention and they were just worried I was making a rash decision. We are all meeting tonight, just us girls, and we're going out for a meal and some drinks and put all this behind us for good. Then I'll be going to M's for the first time to meet his parents, which I'm excited about. My ex is staying blocked, and I doubt I'll ever see or hear from him again as he never leaves his room. So that is the end of that, and I'm closing that miserable chapter of my life for good.
Everything you say to me is pissing me off.
Thank you for everyone who gave me helpful advice. Thank you for Reddit use new rule 556 who messaged me and helped me draft that message. And thank you even to all the haters who helped me practice fleshing out my beliefs, reasonings, and defend my actions. Without you, I wouldn't have found the words for that text. I doubt I'll use this account again as I got what I wanted from it. Goodbye, Reddit.
My goodness me, OP. You are the absolute epitome of every hoe that ever cheated. Every single step that you made, every single word that you typed, and every single reaction that you had when confronted. All of it, OP. It fits the exact train of thought every cheater has when they are trying to delude themselves that they didn't. In fact, you fit the stereotype so perfectly that I am actually thinking that this entire post is fake and you just created it for the sole purpose of rage baiting people. But just in case that this story is real, I am so happy for you and your current boyfriend. Two low-life cheaters got together and is gonna wreck each other. It's like a fun contest. I wonder which one of you is gonna cheat first. Viewer support is the best way for me to remain independent and continue bringing you these daily videos, which will always be here on my channels for you to watch absolutely free. So please consider subscribing to me on Rumble and on YouTube. Both will be linked in the description box down below. Thanks for listening, everyone. If you even somewhat enjoyed today's story, make sure to give this video a thumbs up, and if you really like it, consider subscribing to PattSun to never miss a future upload. Stay strong.